Howdy all. That wasn't good in the slightest now, was it? Yeah. I cut last week's video I put up after the Man United game. Someone put a comment in. Apologies, can't remember your name. But they said that would I have started 5 at the back against United, and I went, no, because we don't have a good enough attacking play making type midfield that would warrant having 5 at the back. We just need to completely ignore the midfield, and I feel as though, who would have thought, I just hate being proved right, guys. What a pain in the arse that is. But no, the big, possibly 3 talking points from the game. Yeah, Alvarez, that was incredibly thick. I didn't watch the game. I've only seen the Sky Sports. I was listening to it. Undivided attention. Sat in this very chair at the radio, an audio commentary, and the commentator confused Alvarez with Wan-Bissaka. So he goes, oh, Wan-Bissaka's going to get in trouble here. You know, they're practically cousins, but Alvarez must have heard the commentator and been like, right, I'm not in a booking. And then he brings down someone, I can't remember. Not that I particularly care, because it was... Well, did any of you watch the Halloween How Many Candies in a Jar video? And Alvarez, it was a small medium jar, and he goes, 1,000 candies. And it's just like that, and today's tackle, and just like, oh, thank God that football pays so much, because some of these footballers are, you could, if they didn't have football, you could give them money and you could write them off as charity cases. Comment below your favourite footballer being thick moment. Mine's has to be Diafra setting fire to his flat because he put his electronic kettle on the oven hob. Silly Billy. But yeah, it's concerning that discipline is so cack and not whack at all. It's not good. You'd have to point at the manager and say, why are we getting so many red cards? Or maybe it's just... I don't know. I want to just point at Alvarez and say, you're the reason why we lost today. And maybe, if we went in 1-0 down, but we had 11 men and we made attacking substitutes, we could have got something unlikely. But yeah, I feel as though I'm actually done talking about the game. But to give this a little bit more padding, I had this thought over the week, and it's I don't want to say depressing. It's just a bit more melancholy. That's the word I'm looking for. Is that this season doesn't feel like a transitional season to, the modern game of football. It feels like a downward spiral. It feels like we're just watching a knockoff episode of, not an episode, but a knockoff series of Big Brother. We're just sort of watching bits and pieces of just folk that don't particularly like each other, and we're just seeing clips. We're not seeing the whole thing, but we're just seeing clips here and there. And Lopetegui feels like Davina McCall, but a bloke, and might not be on cocaine. Anyway, that. But no. Speaking of Lopetegui, I can't really care either way. I'm almost numb to it. Now I feel my joy of West Ham has been diminishing over the years. I feel that the ultra defensive, unfun, boring football to watch is put a lot of pressure on one's enjoyment of West Ham. And then, that was the dog, by the way. She's both listening to me. Anyone who says, "Oh, told you so, why'd you get rid of Moyes?" This would have happened under Moyes anyway. It happened last season under Moyes anyway. But there's you won a trophy, so shut up kind of vibe. But I'm not really. I know this could sound like blasphemous. I can't care, because it's, maybe I'm probably Lopetegui out, but I'm not putting Tiki torches on fire. I'm gonna stand outside his gap being like, "Oh, I want you out, you dull Spaniard." But it's hard to get behind him, to be like, because he doesn't help himself. Again, Paqueta, why? It just makes me wonder why we loaned Earthy out, because Solar's crap, Paqueta's crap. Might as well, carry on. And if he did, then I'd be more inclined to spot. But he doesn't have any youth. He's just nothing. But it's almost incredibly difficult with the hierarchy. They're all pulling in different fucking directions, and too many of those people at higher level are just short term. Steiden, I don't have the vibe that he wants to be here long term. signings like Fulkrug aren't going to, help his case. Kretinsky, he's just protecting his investment in, having his Russian assets potentially frozen. And then, Lopetegui, he isn't going to be here. The manager isn't a long-term succession. And then the only person who is here long-term is the little munchkin man who'll probably haunt West Ham even when our lease is up in the Olympic Stadium. And it's just a thought that I have my notes on my lap, hence why I keep looking down. I know I sound very downbeat and whatnot, and the progress Villa have made. They went from having, I'll say it, Gerrard, probably one of the worst managers Premier League history, because half the Villa squad is players that played under Gerrard, and Unai Emery's just went, and get his Champions League in, Europa Conference League semi-finals. So, they literally changed overnight, so it's not like we can't do that. But presently, the club's lacking a je ne sais quoi. And I don't think we'll have one anytime soon.